Okay, so I need you to imagine two scenarios. First one, you and your family are having lunch peacefully at your home. Suddenly, you hear someone knock frantically on your front door, and when you open it, the person tells you, "Sir, there's a deadly pandemic on the break. We badly need you to wash your hands, maintain basic hygiene, physical distancing, and spend most of your time at home." But what is it and how did it come about? Sir, we don't know about this as much, sir. I need to rush to many more households. Please take care, sir. Bye. Hey! Second one, hey, there's a pandemic on the break. Something called COVID-19. Take a look. Yes, I see it too. Even verified government and other medical sources are disseminating valuable information on it regarding prevention, safety measures, symptoms, and many more. Which one did appeal to you? The difference between them? Bang goes social media. The first scenario shown was of the 1918 flu pandemic. Such was the condition back then that teachers, postal workers, and Boy Scouts used to spread awareness about the pandemic. Information system was truly pathetic. The second scenario shown was obviously of the COVID-19 pandemic, of which most of us came to know through social media, and information spread as quick as lightning to reach every corner of the world without much struggle. So please do watch this video till the end as we discuss the ways and means social media showed us its importance, which came out in the open during this pandemic, and why we need to end this taboo around social media in our country. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to this new video. If you are new to this channel, a very big thank you for sticking with us. Do consider subscribing to this channel and hitting the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our future uploads. In this context, it is necessary to provide a general definition of social media. Social media refers to computer-mediated technologies that facilitate the creation and sharing of information, ideas, and other forms of expression via virtual communities or networks. If we look at this specific pandemic, the biggest benefit of social media has been the element of sharing positivity and mental support to loved ones and strangers alike. Examples of Facebook groups organizing entertainment and social support, for example helping neighbors who need assistance with grocery shopping, and many more, have surfaced frequently. There has been an exponential rise in the number of motivational content pages on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, helping people deal with their struggles during this crisis. They openly encouraged people to come forward and share their struggles personally with them. Apart from this, social media obviously provided a relief by bringing forward positive and engaging content in front of people during these negative times. Now let us look at some area-specific benefits social media has had during the pandemic. Valuable information about the pandemic, including symptoms of infection, prevention, and basic hygiene, was transmitted at a lightning pace to each and every person across the world. Now let us look at some statistics. It might seem a little boring, but bear with me a bit. According to an international study conducted across 24 countries in 5 continents and covering approximately 23,500 respondents aged 18 to 40 years from the period of October 2020 to early January 2020, 43.9% of respondents reported that they would likely share scientific content on social media, which actually bucks the general conception that we have a trend of sharing funny and entertaining content online mainly. Social media is just a time pass. 59.1% of Gen Z and millennials surveyed reported that they were aware of the fake news surrounding COVID, although the discouraging part of which was 35.1% of them were just ignorant and not willing to act against those fake news. Now come on, act against those fake news. Just being aware of them will not do. We will provide a link on this study by WHO in the description down below. If you want, you can go check it out. Besides, this pandemic has, in addition to fragile mental health, increased boredom and low productivity too. At such a time, people got the opportunity of learning new skills and developing their out knowledge with the help of social media. A crisis like the COVID second wave had rarely hit our country earlier. The sudden unexpected shortage of medical requirements all throughout the country had hit us hard. Here came social media to the rescue. It literally became the focal point of information regarding availability of ventilator beds, oxygen cylinders, medicines, and so on. random strangers reached out and amplified requests in the hope that someone who might be of help would notice it. In fact, a major role played here was by social media influencers. Having their large interconnected networks at their disposal, they amplified requests of as many as they could, which helped a lot of people actually get the required help. Through social media, many community workers would fundraise for needy people and help them acquire their basic needs during these critical times. Social media proved to be a very pivotal tool for scientists from across the world to come together and battle this virus. Various studies on its behavior were conducted and published for the public in a swift manner thanks to social media. Besides, governments, organizations and universities regularly used social media to disseminate useful information to the public. Without any kind of debate, these are the hot topics of discussion right now. With the onset of this pandemic, students and teachers of schools, colleges and universities all over the world came in contact with a new normal which was left largely unexplored earlier. Now it's worth mentioning here that social media does not only mean Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp and Twitter. It also includes the online meet apps like Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, Zoom, which helped conduct these online classes and several webinars. With lockdowns hindering normal daily work of numerous businesses, many of them switched to the online mode. They started interacting with their customers through innovative ways and used social media to effectively market and sell their products. Having talked about multiple positives, several of you might be thinking, man, social media has so many negatives too. We hear you. Listen us out. Social media platforms are, if we observe, a little slow in acknowledging the fake news on them. They also have their fair share of negativity, and COVID-19 was no different to it. But wait, before you nod your heads, let me bring your attention to something worthwhile. For years, we have come in contact with this statement that don't believe whatever you hear or see, cross-check yourself first. But how many of us practice it in reality? During this COVID-19 crisis, social media use has risen like never before, and so has our exposure to fake news. But in spite of that, we have been able to make maximum use of social media. How? We, knowingly or unknowingly, are mastering the art of separating the fake news from the real news. And in spite of this drawback, it is social media who is teaching us this skill, which will come in handy in our future too. Several questions are being raised on the quality of education online, as to the environment not being the same, students finding it easier to approach exams. You know what I mean. But here we get to see a negative trait we human beings have, not appreciating what we have at hand. Think about it. If there was no online meet app, our studies would have stalled overnight. They would have not progressed a bit. There are drawbacks of online education, agreed, but the mere fact that you are being able to talk about them is because online education is available in the first place, isn't it? So that was a look at social media's role in reality, which has become much more evident during the pandemic. It has its positives and negatives, but the negatives also seem to teach us something important, some value which we should emulate in our lives. It's high time we need to end this stereotypical belief of it being a joke and a waste of time. And on this occasion of World Social Media Day, let's pay a fitting tribute to social media. We will leave links of two very important articles studying the crucial benefits of social media during such crisis in the description down below. If you want, you can check them out. And if you have in fact reached till here, I'm sure you must have found some value in this video. If so, then please do leave a like and share this video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss future updates of such analytic videos. We will see you in the next video. Until then, towards knowledge, towards awareness.